up, gents? Do you have anyone in your life who is long-winded? Talks and talks and talks. Stories are 5 times longer than they need to be. A whole backstory just to tell an insignificant point, and just thinking, why does this person waste so much time? And it could be a coworker, it could be someone in your family. And I've thought a lot about this because the way people communicate has always fascinated me. And I've come down to 2 reasons why people do this. And there might be more, but I think this is the 80-20. If you figure out these 2 things that motivate people to talk and talk and talk, that you'll be able to get ahead of it and manage the conversations as well as the relationship in a much more efficient and effective way for yourself. So here are the 2 things. One reason why people talk and talk and talk, they're long-winded and they go on, is because they feel like they're not being listened to, or that people don't listen to them. And so they talk and they talk and they talk with the belief that they are combating or fighting that idea that people don't listen to them. And so one way to put the nail in this coffin is to actually listen to the person at a level that they're not used to. Because usually when people talk and talk and talk, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like people just tune out, and then they're like, oh, see, like people don't listen to me. It's one of those self-sabotaging beliefs of, that they're dealing with. But I found that if I really listen, it cuts those stories straight to the point, especially when I can get down to the values. What's the whole point of the story? What are they trying to demonstrate about themselves or show about themselves? If I can get to that and then relay that to them, they'll feel heard, because the point of the story has been achieved. The whole point of the story and this whole long thing is, I need to talk so that people listen to me. The more I talk, the more I'll be listened to. This is how the mind works in funny ways. But if you can figure out what they're actually going for, why are they telling this long story, and then summarize that, reflect that back to them, that's in one instance I found that to be really helpful. Another instance of why I've experienced people who are long-winded is because they're not actually sure what value is that they're trying to achieve in the conversation. They're just trying to fill something. They know that they're having this conversation with you. There's an opportunity for connection, but they need to say something in order for there to be a connection. And so they're kind of just thinking out loud and searching as they're talking. I find this to be more true with extroverted people who typically think out loud, versus introverted people who tend to think more in their head, and then once they've made a decision about what their opinion is, then they speak. So with more extroverted people, they're kind of roaming and searching. And this has been a new discovery as I've been going through some of the nonviolent communication book. One thing that Rosenberg talks about is when people are doing this, you can just interject yourself and say, excuse me, can we pause for a second? I really want to make sure you and I are both getting the values that we want out of this conversation. What values are you looking to achieve in telling this story or in talking with me right now? And a lot of times, I think that's just it's a total pattern interrupt. No one's really heard that before, so it's like, what? And this is something that I plan on trying with some people in my life, so I'll report back how it goes. But I can see exactly why it works, which is it breaks down the surface level conversations into the actual value. What are we really talking about here? Like what matters? Where's the gold under the surface? Where's the oil, right? What are we actually talking about here? And why does this need to be a 20-minute conversation when it could be a 6-minute conversation? It's worth a 6-minute conversation if both people are actually getting their values met. And so a lot of times people, they want to be heard, they want to be understood, but about what? Is it that they tried really hard and they succeeded? A lot of times a long story that has these ups and these downs, it's just about showing that they can overcome. And so just like wow, you're really persistent and your resilience paid off and you achieved the thing. Like that's really noble. And people just need to hear that. And so they're telling you because they're looking for that understanding from you. So for a long time in my life, I've been more introverted, and people who ramble on and on and on, I have them in my family, it just always frustrated me. I didn't understand it. I felt like I was stuck, just trapped in this conversation. And then I realized, like, no, they're looking to connect. They're looking to get their needs met, and they do it in a different way than I do. And once I understood this, I've been able to change conversations in a way that they ramble less. They get to the point faster because they know that I'm really listening, and they know that we can actually get the values in a much more efficient way. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to have a superficial, lukewarm, half boring relationship. Everybody wants passion. That's what we want. And the only way to get that is to get dense values that are hardcore, pure. And so cut the fat, cut the noise, get to what is the value in the conversation, the values that people are achieving, and you'll cut down your ear time. And it's been fantastic, and I hope that helps some of you too. So until next time.